Hey. Welcome back to another pop-up. This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. I'm here to help you have success in your health, just like you're having in all the other areas of your life. I want you to be able to show up fully for those things and occasions that are so important for family, for friends, for the community, and for those us and for this space. We are excited that you are moving into a space where you are being healthy and you're doing the things that you need to do to make sure that that is the case. Okay. So, for all of our community members, wherever you are right now, from whatever platform you're joining, from whatever city, town, village, country, wherever it is right now, thank you for coming through and thank you for hanging out with us. Let me get back here. I think we have, let's see, where are we? There we go. All right. So I think we're back now. Here we go. A few technical issues there. So whatever platform you're joining us from, whatever city, whatever state, whatever country, thank you for coming through. And a special shout out to our accelerator members who are out there. As you know, we are in our our season of break. We are right now. This is our last live show that we do for the season as we continue celebrating, hanging out with family, hanging out with friends. And I started my fast actually early. So right now we're 30 through 36 hours into this week's fast. We started that yesterday because we got some fun things going on later this week. Wanted to make sure that we got our fast in. As you know, we make that change and we make that adjustment to our schedule when we need to. And that's an important point that we'll make here in just a minute. And we want to make sure that you are doing all the things you need to do to be successful. Okay. All right. So this is not a teaching session. This is not a hey, let's learn something more session. This is a design session. What does that mean? That means that we have been walking through this path. We've been walking down this journey. We have been intentional about setting up a structure that helps us move in the direction of health success. And what we're doing right now, this fasting is just a part of that. It is designed, it is not just happenstance, it is a part of what we do. And so I want you to know that wherever you are, whether you're fasting 16/8, whether you're doing a 24-hour fast, a 36-hour fast, 48, 72-hour fast, whatever fast you're doing, this is the right space for you because it is a space where you get to come aside and you get to hang out. As a matter of fact, one of our community members said to me just yesterday, we were having a conversation that having the pop-ups come up, very instructive and very supportive as you're moving through the week. So that's what this is, just kind of a way station, a place where you get to say, hey, let's see who else is out there doing this with me. So wherever you are right now, this is the right space, right? Whether you finished, whether you're still in it, whether you are preparing to start, all of that is important. Now, let's go back to a point that I made a little while ago. And I said I adjust my fasting window based on what's going on for that week. And as you know, we do our fast typically Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But on occasion, you've seen me shift those days either earlier or later, depending on what's happening at the end of the week. Now, fasting is a non-negotiable for me. What does that mean? That means that every week I am going to do some form of fasting. And the form of fasting that I do adjusts based on what's going on. And typically I will do my full 72-hour fast. But as you know, there was one week we did a 96-hour fast. One week we did a 104-hour fast. One week we did a 48-hour fast. And so the fasting is non-negotiable. And I want you to get that point. So in your schedule, whatever you're doing, the question is, what's your non-negotiable? Not whether the form and the way it's done is consistent, but what's the non-negotiable? What is the thing that you're going to do? And so for me, fasting, so everything surrounds the fasting. Fasting is at the core of what I do as part of my metabolic reset. And so this week we started early. I'm getting ready to cook some stuff here in a few hours. So I wanted to make sure that I got my fasting in for this week, because as you know, when I cook, I taste. Yeah, I'm not that great a cook yet that I can just cook it without tasting it. So I taste, and so because I'm going to do that, I want to make sure that at least I got the fasting in, right? So nothing right now needs to be forced. You're not trying to prove anything. You are simply going based on your design. So whatever that design is, right? So take a breath, and get steady, because over the next couple of weeks, lots of things are going to be happening, right? So we've entered that holiday season, right? Which started roughly about a month ago with Thanksgiving. And so now we're moving into the Christmas and then the New Year's and all the things that are happening. And so there are all of these celebrations that are going on around us. And if we're not careful, this time can be a metabolically traumatic time. A metabolic traumatic time because we are um, we we are surrounded by the festivities of the season, and instead of bringing us joy because of the connections we're making and the connections we have, what ends up happening is we spend our time worrying about the metabolism, worrying about the eating, and worrying about all of that. So and I said, no teaching. So we're not teaching, we're just reviewing some things, right? Remember, what is the three things, right? We boiled the health action plan down into three things. What is your movement non-negotiable? What is your fuel non-negotiable? And what is your recovery non-negotiable? And if you remember going through the health action plan, it is walking, strength training, those are the movements. We've got fasting and balanced bites. Those are the fueling. We've got rest and recovery. We got mental mastery. Those are the recovery and rejuvenation. And then all of that is tied together with structure and planning, which is that design that we just talked about. So as you're going through, those are the three things. So what is my movement non-negotiable? Right? You know, I do my push-ups, right? So I do those. Those are my non-negotiable. Wherever I am, I can do push-ups against the wall. I can do push-ups against the counter. I can do push-ups on the floor. Wherever it is, I can do push-ups. So that's my 5 minute circuit, non-negotiable. What's my fuel non-negotiable? My fuel non-negotiable is fasting. It happens. It's going to happen. It always happens. I should say always. It's going to happen, but it happens without exception. And it doesn't have to be a 72-hour fast. It could be a 48-hour fast. It could be a 36-hour fast. It can be a 24-hour fast, but some form of fasting is happening. And then what is my recovery? So whether that is my mental mastery, I'm working on my mindset, or I'm working on rest and recovery, getting resting, making sure that I'm taking time off, right? So what is your thing? What is going to happen? And as you move through the season, as you move through the holidays, as you move through all that's going to come around you, that's the space you want to be in. So I'm not stressing about whether Aunt Sue made her apple pie. If she made it and I want to have some, guess what? I'm going to have some. I'm not going to stress about the eggnog. I'm not going to stress about the chestnuts roasting on an open fire, right? If I want to get stuffing, if I want to get whatever you call it, stuffing, dressing, whichever it is, I'm going to have some because it will fit into what I'm doing in terms of my non-negotiables. And that's where what I want to emphasize with you right now, that I don't want you stressing. I don't want you to panicking. I don't want you running out like with lots of angst about the season. This is designed, or these seasons are for connection. And you heard me say at the top of the hour when we started, hey, or the top of the show, hey, I'm here to help you have success in your health, just like you're having in the rest of your life, so you can show up fully for those events that are important. Some of the events, guess what? It is the family, it is the community, it is the travel and the visiting and all the things that are going on. We want you to be fully there. And if you are worrying about your metabolism, then you're not fully there. So the metabolism should be a thing that is helping us keep this body healthy so that we can enjoy the family and the friends and so forth. Okay. So once again, the thing that you've put in place, the things that you have been working on, the things that we've been doing, the blueprint series and all those things, that's where this comes in. So take a breath, take a pause, and steady yourself. Okay. Now, the point of the fast this point here, the fast can feel quiet, it can feel calm, it can feel not intense, and we don't want it to be intense. We want it to just be a calm thing. You're just going through this process. It's kind of like me having to put a nail in the wall. I walk out to the garage, I find the hammer, if it's where where I want it to be, and I come back in and kick, put my nail in the wall, and guess what? I take the hammer and I put it back where no fuss, no muss, just calm, gentle. And that's the space that your fasting should play in your life. This is not a soap opera event. What I mean by that, in the soap operas, it's like everything is intensified. Like we're going to the mall to go buy something, and we show up in the mall, and it is this grand event, and we get to the mall, and everybody from that town is there, and there are all these emotions. They're just around going down to the mall to go buy a scarf or buy some house shoes or something. So this is not designed to do that. This is a calm process that you have been implementing and that you've implementing that you've implemented in your life. And it comes once a week, 24 hours, 15 hours, 36 hours, whatever your fasting schedule is. It comes, and we get into the fast, and we roll into the fast because it's just a phase of our life. And with the end of the fast, we roll out of the fast because it's just a phase of our life. There's not this intensity that comes with it. So that's why I said calm, right? So we don't want to rush. Design stays oriented. So there are going to be things that come at you: family, friends, conversations. There are going to be smells and foods and all those things around you. And your default is going to be the thing that helps you make it through. Now, I want to make a big point here. There are some of you who are going to choose not to fast. Want to pause. And notice what I said. Some of you are going to choose not to fast. But there are some of us who are not going to choose, and the situation is going to choose for us. I want you to be in that first group. I want you to choose. Now, you may decide by design that I'm not fasting this week. But you decided. It didn't just happen. You didn't allow the situation to make the decision for you. So what is your decision going to be? And once you make the decision, own the decision. There's no shame. There's no second guessing it. It is what it is. You're making a decision, and that's the power. That's the power of design. Unlimited potential doesn't come from motivation. It comes from design. So we are designing what we want. We are designing how we want to show up. We're designing the thing that's going to hold our health. So we're making that decision. We're not allowing it to be made for us, right? So some of you have been fasting already. Some of you, just like me, we started early. We're going to end early. Some of you are going to shorten the fast. Some of you are not going to fast. That is a choice that you're making. It is a design choice. And the design choice that you make is appropriate if you have thought through the process. So I don't want you to show up in a situation, and because you are so pushed and so triggered that you decide there, because of the trigger, that you're going to break the fast. What we want is you say, well, I'm going to the family, whether it's because you anticipate the triggers or you decide that this is going to be one where we're not going to fast. I'm deciding now that I am going to not enter the fast. That is a better position to be in. Okay? So let's pause together. I don't want you to answer these out loud. Just want you to be aware. Just want you to be aware. So I want you to ask yourself a few things. What feels more stable today than it did yesterday? What feels more stable today than it did yesterday? Now, in order to answer that question, and these questions, I want you to carry them forward. Okay, so we're asking them today, but I want you to use these questions and carry them forward over the next several days into the season. So in order for you to answer that question, what feels more stable than it did yesterday, you have to be aware. You have to be emotionally intelligent. You have to be mindful. You have to be present. So what feels more stable than it did yesterday? The other thing that question implies is that you are actively working for stabilization. So you've been off schedule, you've been traveling, you've been cooking, you've been up late, and things are off kilter. But I'm actively working for stabilization so that I can ask the question and answer the question, what feels more stable today than it did yesterday? Number two, what feels like it's asking for less pressure? What feels like it's asking for less pressure? Remember our IDL, the inner design loop? We anchor, we align, and we adapt. The adaptation part requires evaluation. So what is going on that is saying, hey, I need less pressure? Is it my commitment? Is it what I've decided to do, what I've decided to cook? Like everybody's phoning in their requirements for what they want to eat, and I'm taking the orders and I am going at it. We need to elicit somebody else to come do some stuff, right? So what looks or feels like it is asking for less pressure? You're up late. Maybe you need to get some more sleep. Maybe you need to pause. And then what would support me staying in rhythm for the next few hours? So what micro adjustment can I make that will support me successfully, by the way, for the next few hours? Not tomorrow, not down the road, not next week, but just for the next few hours. So number one, what feels more stable than it did yesterday? Number two, what feels like it's asking for less pressure? And number three, what would support me staying in rhythm for the next few hours? Right? So not the whole fast, not the whole week, just for the next few hours. And then here's the thing, right? So next right support. You don't need a decision. You don't need a declaration. You just need a support system that holds you, a routine that holds you. And it doesn't have to be a massive routine. It is just a rhythm that you're in. Because remember, move a muscle, change a thought. Get into a pattern, and that pattern carries you. And it could be something I'm gonna say silly, but this is not silly. It's part of the ones I'm gonna talk about. But hydration. I have a routine, right? So I'm going to drink some water. I'm take a sip every hour. I've got a cup on my desk. I've got a bottle. I've got something. Every hour, I'm going to take a sip. So you're getting into a routine. Notice that the routine itself helps. Number one, calm hydration. Don't guzzle. Number two, move. I'm going to go walk in my office. I'm in my office right now. Sometimes I get up and I walk down the hall and I stand there. They're like, what are you doing down there?" So I just need to get away from over here. I walk down the hall and I walk back and I walk to my office and I walk back. I walk down the hall. Right. So what am I doing? I'm in a routine. I'm in a rhythm. I'm keeping the rhythm going because I know the rhythm is going to help me with all the other things that are happening. Maybe we're going to simplify your evening. Do you have bookends? Do you have those things where you just kind of relax and take time and get to bed on time, not just work, 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 and then pass out in bed? Do I have a routine? So once again, we're talking about the systems that are going to support us. Design doesn't demand intensity, it invites consistency. Not intensity, but it invites consistency. So here's the thing. Stay connected, stay in the design. And it doesn't have to be a massive design. It doesn't have to be a tremendous design. It would have to be a complicated design. Stay in your design because the design will carry you. Remember that motivation is great, but we can't rely on motivation to take us over the line. So we don't force progress. We design for it. Steady rhythm beats sudden effort. And nothing is wrong. You are just right now in transition. Man. So I get excited. We're at the end of our uh well, I should say at the end. I was gonna say end of our fast, but we are in our fast. We started the fast yesterday. If you're fasting, go ahead and drop in the comments. Say me. All right, so drop in the comments so we can give you a shout out there and let you know that we're excited that you are here. Once again, wherever you are, we look forward to seeing you in the community. We applaud you for the decision that you've made to take charge of your health and take charge of your life. As always. And well, let me put this up real quickly first. So you may see that we added something, and you'll see coming up here in just a minute. I'm going to put two QR codes on the screen. Number one, the one that's on your left is going to be Wood Life Design. That's a weekly email that comes to you with a simple thought that helps you to begin getting clarity, getting some traction in your life. You want to do some inner work, right? Not out here in public. So we do teaching here. We love this. But you may want to sit down and ponder some things. You get that one weekly email. It's not designed to blow up your inbox or to spam you. It's just one thing that comes through, and you get to walk through that by yourself. So you'll see that, and that's the one that comes up. Let me go ahead and put that up. That's the one you see there on your left. All right, so we'd love for you to stay connected and become a part of that. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see I'm always interested in how we can do things better. And that's what you see there right now. You can help to chart, help to change, help to make this system more successful as we move forward. Okay, so left is Wood Life Design. That's our weekly email. And then on the right, if you are interested in helping us to craft this channel and become more successful and to serve you better, we would really appreciate you taking the time to do that for us. Okay. Well, thank you for coming through. This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life. Avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. Remember our last show, our last live show was done on Monday. Our next live show for the new season will be on the 12th of January. In between, we're going to have some things here on the channel. Make sure you come on and make sure you go through that. So you don't need a superhuman strength. What you need is a system you can trust, a strategy you can trust. You need a plan and a design you can follow. And you need the support and determination to keep showing up consistently every single time. All right, everybody, have a good one. We will see you in the new season. Make sure you come out and join us as we move through the rest of our time here. We're always glad and always excited that you're here. Bye-bye.